everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. Welcome back. I missed you all. I was off in DC doing protest things, but I have rested and I have returned. And before we get into it, I want to let everyone know who didn't see my announcement video that I, as a thank you to you guys and the support of the pageant community, I have created a kingdom for us all. The links are in the description box below, where we may all come together and talk about pageant things and share our pictures and everything, and hopefully we get enough people in there that by the time Miss Universe rolls around, whenever that may be, we have enough people in there to actually watch Miss Universe together, to have a live chat going on all the time. So check out the kingdom. Links are in the description box below. I look forward to seeing you all there. You guys can talk to each other, make friends. It's gonna be great and fabulous, and I can't wait. Also, I do want to say thank you for the very thorough analysis of my bosom in my last video when I declared it cleavage day. A lot of you were very engaged in what was going on down here. That was fun to read. And just to let everyone know, for the time being, these girls are very much even, though they're a little narcissistic and tend to fight for the spotlight. So usually one's gonna nudge out the other, and that's usually what happens. Though it is very normal and natural for, can I say breasts on YouTube? I think I could say breasts. It is very normal and natural for one breast to be larger than the other. For those women who didn't know, or men who don't pay attention, that is very normal, okay? Yes, I am also giving women's health tips on this channel, but usually it's not very noticeable. It's not something that I am dealing with right now, but usually as I shrink in weight, one of these becomes fuller than the other. Usually nobody notices unless you have a very attentive boyfriend or husband. Other than that, no one knows. But like I said, thank you very much for the thorough analysis of my cleavage. Moving on. Let's talk about the representative to Miss Universe Philippines, Paranaque, Ysabella Ysmael. I know that she is one of the favorites of a lot of people, and I will confess, she is definitely one of my top 3 faces in this pageant. Like, off the top of my head, she is one of the most beautiful women in this pageant. Top 3, without even thinking about it, she is. The girl is to die for. Like, bone structure wise, she was blessed by the gods. She is so adorable. She is so cute. She looks like a meerkat, like in the best way. Meerkats are really cute. She has like this very cute doughy face. I love the way that this girl looks. Ysabella Ysmael is a graduate with a psychology degree and currently works as a working ballerina, which I'm sure most of you know, but of course I'm gonna let you know the tea just in case. She is also what we would consider a legacy contestant. She is the niece of Miss Universe 1973, Margarita Morgan. So beauty pageants kind of run in her veins, and no, this is not her first pageant, though I believe it is her most serious pageant to date. And per her own words, she stands up for women's rights, breaking the stigma against mental health, and believing in equal rights for all, which is obviously extremely important and clearly still very much needed considering the situation going on in the United States right now. Now, before we get into the technicalities, I do want to say this. I do understand that Miss Universe encourages that the ladies choose an advocacy, but I am not partial to fake advocacies or forced advocacies just for the sake of pageants. Those of you who keep up with me know that I am an advocate, and I am a very vocal advocate, and I'm a very active advocate. If you are going to claim an advocacy for anything, that should be very apparent, especially when you are competing in a pageant, that you are partaking in some sort of engagement in this said advocacy. I have gone through, not just this woman, God, I'm so nosy. I have pretty much looked into every contestant of the 50 girls that are competing to check and see what they have been up to and what their advocacies are. And though a lot of them claim advocacies, there is not a lot of proof that you are engaged in said advocacies. And that's something, as a true advocate, that I am just going to say, you have to partake in it. You have to do something. There needs to be a little bit of proof, because when you're a contestant, you're not just a private citizen anymore. If you want to wear a city, a state, a country across your chest, your actions and your involvement is relevant to the citizens and the people that support you. So you can't just be like, well, I do it in private. Not when you're a representative. Now, I'm saying this for this woman and a lot of other women. I'm not seeing the advocacy. I'm not even seeing like good pretending for said advocacies, ladies. And yes, I know, well, we're in quarantine and maybe you can't do so much. First, you should have been doing more prior to the start of quarantine to be an advocate. That's why I tell everyone who watches my channel, choose at least one cause that you can be passionate about and that you can give back to your community. Everyone should partake in something in some way. So that's a shame on you. I'm not going to say more of that, but I get that we're in quarantine. There are still ways to be outspoken. There's still ways to raise awareness. I have been in quarantine and there are still videos on my channel. And there are still things that I do to continuously be an advocate. I still go to the Red Cross. Actually, my appointment was yesterday. I still go to the Red Cross and donate blood. So I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna claim advocacy, you need to show it. Put your money where your mouth is and prove it. Like, at the very least, you can make a post about it, okay? Just saying. If you're gonna fake it a little bit better. Not to say that everybody's faking it. Maybe they just don't know how to do it or what they're supposed to do. Either way, you need to be more vocal about these said advocacies because they are important issues. They are valid issues. And I wish, you know, be a little louder. All right, okay. Let's get into the technicalities. And I will say this about this girl. If I could steal the style of any contestant in Miss Universe Philippines, it would be Paranaque. This girl has had my favorite outfits for every segment that she has appeared in, from red carpet presentation to runway challenge. Her fashion choices have been outstanding. And I'm gonna tell you why they're outstanding, because there's a lot of arguably very good outfits that are being presented, but let's talk about her in red carpet. Her red carpet outfit beautifully reflects who she is, the type of woman that she is. It very much gives you ballerina vibes, which is something that obviously she's attached to. But there's this flirtiness, there's this delicate fun about that outfit that wonderfully sums up the type of woman that she is. And when it comes to competition, yes, we haven't done fashion on this channel yet, but we are gonna do it because there's some lessons to be learned. But this girl knows her lessons and her coaches know what they're doing. When you are presenting yourself in a competition capacity, there are many ways to try to communicate to the people that are watching you, and one of the best ways to do it is through your outfit choices. You choose outfits that reflect your personality, the type of person that you are, colors that represent, you know, how you feel. This is a beautiful way to communicate to the audience, and she did. She communicated that, you know, hey, I'm a ballerina, and I'm fun, and I'm flirty, and I'm girly, and she has the sweetness about her, and it emphasized the type of person she is. It was a glorious choice, very beautiful choice. Even in her runway challenge, she chose this velvet long dress that had like these frilly shoulders that were so fun and cute, but the entire outfit choice was very elegant. But it had this flair of fun because she's a very like cutesy, fun, girly girl type of person. Outfit choices are outstanding, and if I could, I would steal both of those dresses. I would steal them both. This is another one of those girls whom I can say I have never, ever seen misstyled. Her styling has been on point. And just another tidbit of information, her coaching team is based in the United States. She was being trained by stateside coaches, which so far you guys have styled her pretty well. So hey, with the coaches, you're doing pretty fabulous job. There are some things that I have noticed about her that is kind of diminishing her ability to be one of the top 3 front runners. Yes, I will confess and totally say that she is one of the most beautiful women in this competition, but if you have been watching my videos, you know that her headshot did not make my top 10. And I have said this before, but I will say it again. Being beautiful a lot of the times is just about how you present yourself. It's just about your styling. I don't really believe any one woman can truly be ugly. You're most likely just misstyled. Now, there are some women who are just born with a little bit of an advantage, which Paranaque, Ysabella, she has a little bit of an advantage. She actually was born with body parts, with a face that is very easily made to be beautiful, but she didn't make my top 10 for headshots. And yeah, I'm not gonna give points just for being a pretty girl. Here is her headshot. I don't even have to put it up because I keep most of this information in my head. Yeah, my head capacity is basically devoted to pageants. Wow. Here is her headshot, and her headshot isn't bad, it isn't ugly, but really pay attention to the pieces and the components of this headshot and think about why and what is missing. This is a picture of a very beautiful girl. Bone structure, eyes, everything about her. She has windblown soft hair, very beautiful. But why didn't it make the top 10? This picture kind of cemented in my head the ongoing single issue that I see with this one competitor. In her face, you can see there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There is no emotion. There's no captivation. There's nothing there. This is the face that I make when I am doing something and I randomly smell melted cheese. Like, she looks like she just looked up and was just like, someone making food? Like, there's no emotion there. There's no draw there. You can't look at this picture and think that she's thinking something important. You think that she's thinking about if she left the stove on. There is nothing that signifies power or even allure in this picture other than the fact that she's just a beautiful person, a beautiful woman, a beautiful face, but that's it. And this is something that I have picked up in the other components of her competition. This woman is very performative, and of course she is, because she's a trained ballerina. So her body movements, she's going to do very well when it comes to executing any type of bodily movement when it comes to her presentation. You see this in red carpet, you see this in runway challenge. She will present herself very well and walk very well when it comes to her body movements. She shined very brightly in runway challenge, but let's get to that face. You're not going to get me away from that face. She loses a lot of that convincing movement when it comes to her face. And I'm going to attribute this most likely to nerves and her being nervous. And there's a lot of, people get nervous. When it comes to being nervous, I myself, for those of you who don't know, I'm a trained thespian. I have a lot of theatrical training. So when I am nervous, the way that I am impacted will most likely be reflected in my bodily movements, because I am so well trained for years to control my face through theater. This woman is so well trained through dance and being a ballerina that her nerves and her nervousness is not going to be portrayed through her bodily movements, but it will be portrayed through her face, which is what I'm getting a lot in every time that I'm seeing her, be presented on stage. I am not seeing a lot of the charisma and charm that other contestants display. If you look at contestants such as Cavite or even Camarines Sur, they both exude confidence. They exude charisma. They do not falter at all in the way that they present themselves. They seem completely sure about who they are, their actions, and the power that they portray on stage. Paranaque still gives me a face where she is putting on a show. She's doing what she's told, and she knows how to put on a good show, but she doesn't necessarily feel it or believe it herself. And this is very difficult because charisma and charm is really something you can't teach very well. You can try, but it's extremely difficult. That basically comes from you just believing in yourself and convincing yourself of your own greatness, which I think that she kind of struggles to do, because if you compare her to other contestants, you can see that the power that she exudes and the charisma that she exudes is not on the level of other contestants. Though she is still very good at performing. Of course she is, because she's used to performing. The girl, I'm not disputing that she can put on a show. I'm not disputing that she can put on a show, absolutely. What I'm saying is I can see past that, and though she's faking a good show, I can still see that she's kind of nervous. And I can't get mad at someone for being nervous. I would be nervous in front of a huge audience sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes I get nervous. It's about overcoming it and telling yourself, I'm gonna slay this and I'm gonna do this no matter what. I'm flawless, I'm great, I'm amazing, I am masterful. You guys can see this in me as I do all of my videos, and it doesn't even occur to you that I'm actually sitting in my bedroom by myself talking to a camera with no one around. It is not even in your head to realize that I am sitting alone talking to myself right now. Why does this not bother you? Because I have a natural charm and charisma about myself, and I'm so sure about my words, and I'm so unbothered by the very weird circumstances in which I'm doing this, that it comes off to you as totally fine and okay. That's how convincing I can be. And that's how convincing these girls need to be on stage. It is, if you think about it, kind of weird and a little bit narcissistic to walk in front of hundreds of people and flaunt yourself unabashedly in front of everyone. It is a little bit, we can admit that, but we don't really think about it because a lot of these girls are so convincing in the way that they do it that it doesn't even occur to us that we are fangirling over women we do not know, we'll probably never meet. And we're fangirling over them simply because they know how to smize for the gods. Like, we don't think about these things because it's so convincing. Pageants is all about kind of being manipulative, kind of manipulating your audience to love you. Though they do not know you and never met you, you're manipulating your audience and your judges to love you and to feel for you and to root for you. That's all this is. So what I'm saying for Paranaque is manipulate me a little bit better. That's all I'm asking for. Give me a little bit more emotion, a little bit more charm, a little bit more charisma, because girl, you got everything else. You are complete. This girl is so captivating. I keep seeing these pictures of her and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Like, there's no reason for her to just be flaunting it every day of the week. She's gorgeous, beautiful, undeniably one of the best faces of the competition. I am not surprised why so many people support her and want to see her win. I would love to see her win. I don't know if it's gonna happen. You guys know I don't pick favorites. Whoever wins, wins, and I'm gonna support them all the way to the Miss Universe competition. But I look forward to watching Miss Universe Philippines when it does roll around. Make sure in the comment section below to leave Make sure in the comments section below to leave your thoughts, your opinions. What do you think about Paranaque? Is she your favorite? Is she not your favorite? What are you seeing that maybe I am not seeing? Let me know. Also, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and if you are not a member of my court, why? You know you're coming back. Let's just admit this. We're all coming back, and I want to see you again. Don't deny me your face, okay? I love you, and I'll miss you, and you know I will be back in a future video.